Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Khoo, consultant pediatric neurologist at Hospital Fatima. Pediatrics is the science of growth and nutrition. So, pediatric medicine basically deals with any disorder or illness that affects children from birth right down to young adulthood. So, essentially, it's at the time of birth till they till they have early childhood, middle childhood, late childhood. So essentially, it's the first 5 years of life, then from 6 years to 12 years, 13 years to 18 years, and 18 years and beyond, if they happen to have pediatric age group related problems. Pediatricians are doctors who are medically trained in child-friendly approaches as well as enjoy working with children. So you can't really do pediatrics if you don't really like children, the mess that children make, the disorderly type of consultation when you deal with children. So they have an element of surprise for every encounter that we have with children. We actually deal with problems of the central nervous system. To make it easy for you, just to illustrate. So when we look for problems with children, we actually take the top-down approach. So from top to bottom. So if we look at central nervous system, things that may affect cognition, things that may affect IQ and EQ and social, and whether there is a problem centrally. Okay. Then we look at whether this is a peripheral problem. Where a peripheral problem meaning this is to deal with arms, legs, balance, walking. So this is peripheral neural system. Strength, size, speed, stability, skill, and sports. Then there is also a third nervous system disorder, which is autonomic nervous system, where the automatic type of responses. So responses being breathing, heart rate, bowel, bladder. So these are the disorders that we actually approach when we talk about neurological conditions. Then we also talked about movement disorders, epileptic disorders, and also neuropsychiatric disorders and neuromuscular disorders. So neurology is actually quite a very wide aspect, and children are not just little adults, they are actually developing, because you then from top down, there is a bottom up type of approach as well. So then we go and see how they stand, this is the stance, how they move, and how they actually grow. So from this, they may actually grow to become this. So that's totally different, you see? So that's why from birth right down to adolescent and adulthood, there are a lot of changes happening. And pediatric neurologists actually look at this type of issues. I want to talk today on the occasion of World's Children's Day is that children don't really belong in a confined space with four walls. They need to be outdoors. So we encourage children to not just be academic, but they need to be outdoors and be sporty. So a form of athleticism. So the role of sports encompasses everything. It's from top, where they develop mental strategies, mental willpower, discipline, and a targeted approach. At the same time, it also stimulates the natural physical body to grow. So if you look at the way we measure things in children, we actually measure, this is a goniometer, we actually measure limbs on the hands and movements and angles and bone structures and height and weight. And these are the issues that we actually look for, because the current problem now is that children are not growing as they should, children are not developing as they should. So we adopt certain strategies to ensure that we actually get them to meet their ultimate potential. So the issue of optimizing health, what is a healthy child? It's actually not difficult. So whenever I see a child in my clinic, I always ask the parents 6 things. Is your child eating well? Is your child sleeping well? Is your child actually playing well, right? So can eat, sleep, play. Following this, then you look into what's your output of your child. So how's the urine, how's the stool, and how's the sweat. So there is an input and there's an output, right? So in children, what you see is what you get. So if you see that they're very small, then you know that they're not growing that well. I mean, in terms of size. If you see that they're very tall, but they're very skinny and they're very weak, that is also not healthy, right? So that's why we need to find a balance. So in childhood, everything needs to be balanced, right? You need to be active, at the same time, you also need to be creative. So that's how to optimize health, eat well, sleep well, play well. So on the occasion of Children's Day, I wish everyone the best of health and work together with us. Okay, we are here for you. If you can't sleep, can't eat, can't sleep, okay, not passing urine, not passing motion, and not really sweating every day, you will eventually end up with some problems. And if you end up with a problem, do contact us. We are here for you.